Alright, Dan, I've got an update for you on your car after I talk to you. You know, this transmission, you're going to be able to drive this out a lot farther. What I found, let me grab a creeper here, I got it out, is the strut bushing to the transmission for the shift linkage was bad. So I just grabbed another used one I had. But you got oh my gosh. Hey Casey, can you do me a favor and hand me my flashlight? Here, I slipped underneath it. I forgot the iPhone. Give me my red phone. Thank you. Go ahead and just give that to me. Thank you. All right. So you got your shift linkage here, and then this is just a strut bar that holds it solid so the transmission can't move. So those finite adjustments you make with your shifter go through. And then I took the plug out and ran it back down. The drain plug was leaking just a tiny bit, not even enough to show it low or whatnot, but I took it ran that in. So that oil leak right there will be gone. But so basically this bolt right here, the rubber bushing in there, was just beat to death and pushed itself out, and it just had like half inch of slop there. But, and then over here on this wheel here, the strut was loose, and I noticed when it was up in the air, I went to wiggle it, and the wheel moved in and out, so we just pulled it off and untightened all the strut bolts up. Then I took in your ball tires that are back here. Excuse me for the camera moving all over, but I'm laying on the creeper. Those horrible ball tires with the metal sticking out on that you need to replace. I put those on the rear of the car, and I put your good back ones on the front, and that way maybe you won't crash or slide off the road when you hit the brakes. We slide out from underneath here. Give me a second. My hat fell off. Also, I found the rubber grommet above the exhaust for the catalytic converter had slipped off, and I put that back up there on there. Let's see. And then I moved the timing from 10 down to about 6 or 7 on it. 1 second here as I get up. Getting old. And then the valve cover. You gotta just tighten up a couple of times over a period of a few months as the rubber squishes that the gasket's made out of. See that oil that you had up on the front there? I was able to run the bolts down, probably turn it in half, so that'll all go away there. And so the timing's reset, that's fixed on it. And then the clutch, just way out of adjustment, and that's just from slipping it. It's just kind of be easier on this thing when you're out delivering pizzas or something, but gotta give her a little bit of love. So I actually have it a little bit tight for you, which is probably just on the edge of riding on the throwout bearing, but with that and then the shift there, or the transmission strut arm, and because what got me thinking after I talked to you on the phone is you said something about the transmission bouncing around. And when I drive the cars, I don't drive very hard at all. In fact, when people bring me cars that have like bad trannies and stuff in them, I'm so used to driving them, I usually drive right past like bad synchros or whatnot, because I'm really good at the double clutch and I pull them in really slow and easy. At any rate, when you said the transmission you felt was moving around, I slipped underneath it and stepped into the car on the hoister to take a look, and that's how I spotted that. So then after a test drive here, it is 100 times better. So now we got the transmission working better for you, the clutch is engaging better, because before I felt like the clutch was engaging right at the tip, right when you got your foot all the way off of it, off the pedal, it was just starting to engage, so it was trying to slip there. And so now we got that corrected, and part of that was because the transmission was trying to move. And then having this wheel was loose, and now it's rock solid and tight. Also took the wheel off on this side and had KC retorque the strut bolts. And the ones on this side were tight, right? Good to go. Yeah. And yeah. So I'm gonna take it for another drive in the morning, and I'll I'm gonna send this to you in an email tonight. Then tomorrow morning I'm gonna take it for a quick drive, and I think you'll be back ready to drive this thing. The I think when you take that strut arm off the transmission, there's just no way to hit those gears right because the transmission's, well, the shifter's just not in the position you're thinking of. So when you think you're in gear, you're not, and that's what makes it grind and skip and miss. I did have it before I did this. I did have a jump out of gear on me. I was rolling down the road about 25 on a back street, just 25 miles an hour. I think I was in third gear, and it popped out of gear. But I'm sure that's because the engine's shaking and I hit a pothole, and the transmission was able to move far enough because the strut rod's not there, and basically it shifted the car out of gear. And I think that must be what you're talking about. But I think we got you fixed up. I think we'll be back into this thing for a long time. Yeah, look how bad this is, Casey. We went from having our light over the hood to we move the car forward. I got a flashlight in here. It's horrible. We'll take that light right there. I'll move it forward 2 feet so we can see in here. Okay, Dan, I just want to give you a quick update on your car, and everything's looking super, super awesome. And then the other thing is, while I was driving it, the terminal for the HID lights broke off from wiggling or whatnot. So I just put a new terminal on it and relocated it up to your amp power wire, and they were perfect now. Shouldn't have any problems, and now nobody can touch it. And wiggle it or break it. And besides that, and then your check engine light's on. And for the life of us, yesterday we broke our scan tool, and they're sending us another one. So you might pick it up before we get to the scan tool. I'm not sure. At the car share for a couple of days, and your scan tool will show up, and we can reset that. But gotta have a scan tool on your late model car to do it. And I can't believe we don't have 2 of them, but we're using scan gauges so we can monitor fuel economy and stuff. And somehow the software got corrupted, so they're shipping us a new one out. And yeah, it's a bummer deal. I got another car here that we need to reset to. I'll talk to you in the morning.